Okay, continuing on with our white charcoal practice. We've drawn our value scale, we've drawn our sphere and shaded it in so it looks three-dimensional. Now we're going to draw a cube and practice shading in an object that has a flat surface or surfaces. So I want you to start by drawing a square. Okay. Now on these three corners, I'm going to extend them out just a little bit at an angle. They're all parallel, so they're all going in the same direction. Okay. Now I'm going to connect these lines. All right, so we have three sides of our cube visible. I'm going to use the same light source. If you ran out of room and drew this on the back, that is fine, but you'll need to draw yourself a new light source. So I'm going to keep mine in the top left corner. Now we're thinking about which surface is going to get the most light from our light source. That's going to be the top because our light's coming from above. Okay, so I'm going to shade in the top surface. It's going to generally be the same value all the way across, but it's going to be pretty light. So I'm going to mostly burnish this top shade. All right. This side here on the right is going to get the least amount of light from our light source. So this one's going to be the darkest, which means that this one's going to need to be a mid-tone. So I'm going to do the mid-tone side first, the side that's facing us. I want to make sure that my values between this side and the side that I just shaded in are different enough that you can still see, you can still tell that this is the edge of the cube. Okay, remember our hard lines are where our value changes are stark. They're abrupt, they're immediate. So, and I can add a little bit of value change on my flat surface. Just because it's flat doesn't mean that that it doesn't have any gradients. So I'm not adding a bunch of pressure, just enough to make a mid-tone, a gray. And I'm going to add a little bit of a value change to this side of the cube. I'm going to make this corner here that's closest to my light source just a little bit brighter and blend into a bit of a darker mid-tone. Try to stay inside those lines that you drew. All right, and then finally, the darkest side. I am going to still add some value to it because it's not completely dark, at least not in my mind. But we can leave this top corner dark. Okay, so just like we did with our sphere, we need to add a shadow. I'm going to pull my shadow from this corner here and go in the opposite direction of my light source. Same with this corner. Right, and then our paper is already black, so I'm going to lighten the space around it and emphasize that this spot is dark. Okay, I will erase any smudges that are on my paper. Charcoal smudge is pretty easy, but it also erases pretty easy, so might as well clean it up. All right, and then that is it for this assignment. Just make sure you put your name on it, and then you can turn it into the tray.